4. And we're back in the house. Um, where we last left off, we got chased out of the house. So now we're back. Okay. Now, there is a guide. I do not have it up, but I can click to it at any time. So, um, I'm going to try not to do that because I don't want to rely on a guide. You know what I mean? I want to see what I see. Um, if I, whatever. And if I feel the need to use one, we'll use it. Now, it looks far brighter in here than I remember this room being. Maybe we decide to come during the day. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like anything new in this room. Let's see if this door is still locked. I assume so. Yeah, okay. Alright. We're not going to go downstairs, because that seems like a mistake. That door is locked. So, really, that's just kind of it, you know what I mean? What rooms should we explore? And the answer is all of them. Let's go this way. Let's go to this room. Let's not go in here until I'm sure I know until I'm sure I know I have to, or explore that last, because there's a lot of shit in that fucking room to explore. Now, I feel like I remember the guide saying something about going to the bathroom. It's like he knows how my past couple days have been. Ayo! I've been a mess. Okay. And that doesn't look like anything new in here. See if the wardrobe is still locked. Oops, down. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the bathroom, maybe? Or whatever this room is. Okay, that was always there. Moss, say it again, Moss. Take me to the bathroom. Alright, like I said, I had the guide up over here. Upstairs. I look around the open room again. You'll notice a red briefcase on a bench. Will I? You think I would notice something, but one of the reasons I've always done so poorly at adventure games is in my real day-to-day life, I'm also awful at noticing things. Bitch, it's dark. Fuck, you know what? Fuck you for that. Like, oh, you'll notice. You'll notice that in the game it's dark as shit. The case of Alfonso Rugger. Summarized below are the known psychological problems caused by taking the hallucinogenic mixture called Diverse during a heightened emotional state, e.g., excessive anger, worry, fear, etc. These psychological problems can sometimes be extremely harsh and can even lead to permanent madness. It is known that some esoteric ethnic groups use this secret mixture in their religious rites and festivals. A typical example of this can be found in the notes of the famous occultist and philosopher Alfonso Rugger, dated October 2nd. That didn't even look like the word April, and then there I was. October 2nd, 1833. His notes cover the period of time from the 11th of October, 1832, to the time of his death on the 12th of November, 1833. For more information, please refer to the book Diverse, A Black Void, which relates his experiences with Diverse and was compiled after his death with his handwritten records. October 2nd, 1833. After extensive trials, I could say Diverse, has profound effects. Its ability to alter consciousness is unbelievable. Unfortunately, my detailed research has only uncovered a few fragments of information about this mixture. Even though its effects are short-lived, its experience is very powerful. It is difficult to describe, but I would say it pushes its soul to its very limits. I must add that I feel a strange sensation from it, as though it creates an emptiness inside the body. But of course, these are very vague descriptions of my experience. Perhaps somebody else would describe it differently. Oh, whoops. Well, I didn't want a hint. Because it says... The guide, I mean... Oh, I was in the right spot. I just wasn't doing the right things. I needed to open up my mind and think about a strong scent, this smell, and something in the air. Oh, were all the things I saw hallucinations? Did the incense smells cause me to experience strange things? Okay, well, I'm glad I have this guide because there are things I did not do, and I would be very confused, which is my own fault. Close, close, close. I do think the combining thoughts mechanic is really cool. Wrong. I meant to go to the library, which is this room. Okay. We need to open that briefcase, and I now know how to do it. Uh, hell yeah. Damn right it's unlocked. I'm a master. I fucking just know things. Stream chat. The fuck? Okay, never mind. That fits. Sorry. That's visual stuff that you can't see because it's all on my stream layout. It closed it. Well, there we go. Okay. Sound recorder. Listen to these cassettes. Okay. Three of four. That looks new. Last night, during our conversation. Oh, the 6th night. January, February, March, April, May, June. Sorry. June 9th, 2011. Last night, during our conversation, Ivar blurted out that he has a secret meeting place in Northwood Forest. Yes, I clearly recall this because as soon as he realized he had made a mistake, he tried to change the subject. After a short while, when he realized I had understood him, he told me he was planning to invite me there quite soon. First, he had to speak with some people whose identities he intentionally avoided revealing. He spoke about this place a bit and emphasized in particular that it had been empty for a long time, but from an aesthetic point of view, had every comfort that people like us always seek. He told some tales about this place, which is far away from the closest habitation, and came about through a series of events that were mostly forgotten now. He told me it always seemed to be a place of pure evil. Without even taking into account a few rumors, it is not known who built it or when it was constructed. In time, it became an object of fear, which was also caused people to be afraid of the forest. He left after that, telling me he would soon invite me to this place where he and some of his special friends met. After he left, my mind was churning with strange thoughts. After so many gruesome things had been mentioned about it, it may sound strange to some people that I still wanted to see such a place where darkness and myths of dark medieval ages were imprinted. But things like that are the only things that matter to someone like me. July 15th. After quite some time, I got to see that special, secret meeting place that Ivar had mentioned and promised to invite me to. During a stormy night, I had to traverse Northwood Forest, a place that no one wants to enter after dark, due to its lonely and notoriously twilight world, which can daunt even the bravest person. I drove my car through the forest on the uneven soil pathway between the dimly lit evanescent lights and sounds which resembled the nighttime frolics of wild fawns. Suddenly I saw, or I thought I saw, some recesses which probably opened up to some underground clefts or caves about which I had heard many tales during my childhood, since some of them are believed to be a meeting place for witches. This caused my uneasiness to grow. Maybe the matter that caused me to be so greatly affected there is the 200-year-old incident that caused a drunk named Annibal Glossio to scream horribly whilst running to the whole town on the uneven soil pathway and trails from that forest. He had been bleeding profusely, and because of his screams, he had caused everyone to wake up and gather around him. I read this story of craziness in a newspaper article, as told by the drunk himself. In this article, he mentioned a group of people who had worn clothes made of animal skin, living in a small cave hidden by the forest at the foot of Northwood Mountain. After eating something, this strange group summoned something from beneath a dark, well-like hole by pounding the palms of their hands onto the ground and playing a thing that the drunk described as a musical instrument which was set up at the edge of the dark, well-like hole. After that, as a result of the thing that had answered the group's call, and come from below the well-like hole, the drunk had run screaming, "As the noite," all the way to the town. And I know that, according to the article, all the local people accused him of being in a drunken stupor while in the forest and inventing the entire story. I had investigated it and discovered that it was in accordance with some historical truths. And I decided that these are not matters that can be invented by a simple drunk like Annabel Glossio. Maybe for that reason, that night I proceeded through the forest with a cautious feeling inside me. Now I can't be sure. When I reached that sinister-looking place situated on a cliff just outside the forest, the time was 2 a.m. It was not large, but its old, darkened, waterlogged, and worm-eaten wooden planks made it seem disturbing, and since I could not discern its features in the darkness of the moonless night, it seemed to me even more formidable. With this manifestation, I couldn't help thinking that Edwin Pickman was just looking at it when he wrote these lines. There it stands under sunlight, a marker to show it's still there, as black as a night with no moonlight, and its doom it's laid so bare. Participating in the meeting were 3 strange people, in addition to Ivar and myself. As time passed, our conversation got deeper, and I felt as though their verbal and facial expressions were emitting a penetrating, dense, evil sensation, and a disgusting pressure which made me feel nauseous. At first I thought that this feeling, which somehow I couldn't shake off even though I firmly tried, was caused by the height and age of the place. But now I shiver with fear much more than even that night, when I remember looking into their corpse-like dull eyes, and remember the fast movements of their exceedingly thin bodies, and their whispering in an unfamiliar language while looking directly at my face. Until morning, in that worm-eaten building, which is standing on that sinister cliff, we spoke about suspicious topics and unknown secrets without caring about the freezing effect of the whistling wind that blew in from maybe the thing that helped me to not care about the place, and most important of all, about the three cavaliers, were the topics that enchanted me and benumbed me like alcohol. These topics were beyond all ordinary human thinking and perception. They showed me some carved antique stone pieces and old books, and told me about the hidden machine that only Franz Mesmer dared mention, and about the powerful alchemists and magicians whose names are unknown to ordinary people. I couldn't help thinking that there were many more things that weren't shown to me. For a long time I thought that I had heard some strange noises that I could hardly separate from the roaring sound of the sea that accompanied the storm, which I didn't dare mention when I saw the others were unaware of this. I can now say with certainty that this forest is not for sane people. It is a place where night creatures gather to worship Nyx by dancing, howling, jumping from tree to tree, and sacrificing in the underground passageways. And I don't want to go to that rotten place which now belongs once more to the forests. I think I dropped my digital organizer in the well during my mad rush out, which frightens me to consider I couldn't find it, although I searched everywhere in here, in my apartment, which is downtown, and in my office. This is very bad for a forgetful person like me, who sometimes can't remember something that happened even an hour ago. However, I don't want to go down there even one more time just to get my digital organizer. After all that craziness, isn't ironic I'm staying here of my own volition? That is weird. Did we already grab a cassette when that thing was... Because this is saying grab cassette number 1 and play it, but... Unless this right here is supposed to be 1. Um, yeah, I already read this. There are many cassettes here, it just says the same thing. Okay, maybe this note said something and I just... Last night, during conversation, 6-9, 7:15. Um, really? Okay. Hmm. I can see the end, which I don't want to skip to. because I do want to hear these cassettes. Okay, I clearly haven't grabbed a cassette though automatically, right? We grabbed a letter. So I didn't mean to do that. Okay, those are... So the only thing I could do is those two. Let's see how that would add. Because here's what we didn't do. Here's one of the things we didn't do, right? So apparently in the office, we oh, we didn't do a lot of stuff for the record. Um, um, but one of the things that we didn't do was when we looked at our record of death thing or whatever. Well, I guess we didn't read it all the way because it says to underline words and all that stuff. It's like you can underline four things: Clark Field, date of birth, died on October, blah blah blah, suffocation. Um, and we never did that. And I think some of that stuff is coming up here because no. No, maybe not. Hold on. I hit on the other. So like, hold on. So one of the things we didn't do, we're gonna back out of this. Back out. We'll come right back because we obviously have no choice. We need to do the cassette, or actually we don't. But I want to do the cassette because that's part of the fucking story and shit. Um, let's see. We can't read this, right? No. Can we move fucking forward? Damn, bro. Right? So, with this popped up, wait. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Whoops. The in-out tray is what it said. Oh, in the fucking other room. Whoops. I wasn't paying attention. Wrong door. Which is that tray. That's an in-out tray. Okay. We didn't see this the first time. Sorry. In my teenage years, it was my only joy to examine and roam through places where rumors had been spread. Human lifestyle was not for me. I always searched for the ways of the inhumane. I visited old cemeteries full of dread, old ruined buildings, and spent most of my time in these places, which were suffused with the black veil of myths and rumors. One day I bought a sound recorder and started to record the environmental sounds of these desolate places where I'd been spending my time alone. So, no. When I was just 22 years old. Fairly soon, I had a large collection of record. Oh, whoops, sorry. One day, I brought a sound recorder and started to record the environmental sounds of these desolate places where I'd been spending my time alone. Fairly soon, I had a large collection of recordings. Some nights when I couldn't sleep, I used to put my headphones on and listen to the sounds which seemingly did not belong to this world. When carefully heeded, the sounds almost materialized to be touched genius Loki, which could be heard. When my secret treasure trove was discovered by my family, because Jonathan blabbed about it, all my recordings were destroyed. They forced me to go to a psychologist for 1 year, and I could still remember how Jonathan used to call me Ghoul around that time. Anyway, against all odds, I never abandoned this. I think I could say passion. Men never abandon the things they are bound upon in their hearts. Even if they are suppressed, they never forget. I was 22 years old. Took his father's company at the age of 22. Important event. Jonathan and I became solely responsible for my father's company. I had no time whatsoever for anything else but work. I was so happy when I took over the company from my father. I'll never forget that period of my life. Today, I bought myself a new recorder. As I said earlier, I would never abandon my passion. I can now pursue my interests in a serious and mature way, without the recklessness of youth. Cassette number 1. These notes proceed to cassette number 1. Record number 1 and 2. Old and now unused Moorland Cemetery, Brankston. Brankston is a small old town, which... Why'd I choose this voice for this fucking guy? I mean, I swear to God, I just fucking... It's not hard to do, it's just annoying to talk as. I mean, I kind of like it. I do like it, though. I guess that's why I continue to do it. Brankston is a small old town which was established 18 miles northwest of its city center of Wellsmouth. The farms, which are situated whilst going to the north, are as old as the town itself. There are stories about there there are stories which have been told for a long time about a tomb in an old and now unused cemetery called Moorland Cemetery that is situated right in that old part of Brankstein. It is said that some nights strange noises and indescribable, disgusting smells come from within that tomb. Some people who use the rough pathway, which passes 150 meters west of the Moorland Cemetery, relate that they saw some tortuously twisted silhouettes and heard some howling, screaming, and squeaking sounds that they couldn't identify. I still don't know what that sound is, and I'm sorry. I started my recordings here at about 2:48 a.m. It was so dark and overcast, it was almost impossible to see the surroundings. I used a small flashlight, but I had to be very cautious because of rumors about some grave robbers who plunder the old graves by spreading all the bones around in a disgusting, inhumane manner. The metallic half-open door of the notorious tomb had some figures and half-reliefs similar to Rodin's The Gates of Hell. It was rusted and had started to crumble away, the effect of the passing years. The spacious interior smelled awful. The cover of the stone tomb was broken, and the interior was visible through an opening. The floor of the tomb had collapsed into a wide underground hole. I heard that during a strong earthquake 4 years ago, some parts of Bringston collapsed into underground holes or caves. I think the earthquake was the reason for the collapse of that tomb. I recorded both the interior of the tomb and the building that surrounded it. Recording number 3. In a cave near the Northwood Forest. The whereabouts of this cave, which is located 3 miles away from the notorious Northwood Forest, is not widely known. It is connected to some other caves that form a complex underground network. It is rumored that a lot of people have become lost inside and never returned. Some people claim they have seen fires inside, and some heard sinister sounds coming from the depths of the cave at night. Number 4, by the dig in my cellar. Some sounds are coming from the well in my cellar. I don't know what lies beneath it, or the reason for its construction. From the top of the well, I used a flashlight to examine the well, but it was too deep to see the bottom. The sounds coming from below make me think that there are some animals down there. I believe that it must be connected to a tunnel that leads outside somewhere. In his bedroom, recording number 5. For some time, I've been woken up by squeaking, trembling, and slight wind sounds, whose sources I can't identify. Several times, hardly suppressing my fear, I roamed the house, but couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. It's said that in houses this old, these noises are common. I guess I have to get used to it. Recording 6 and 7, in the well. Bum-ba-da-dum. I've decided to examine the well because the workers I hired for restoration left the job half done. Due to some sounds they claim to hear from within the well. The rusty ladder that I hadn't dared brave before was my only avenue. I bought a strong flashlight to inspect the interior. I decided to record some sounds down there, but I can only record some sounds in the room that the tunnel leads to. When I listened to the recordings later on, I noticed some defects. There were some deep noises and rumblings on every recording. I think that the dirty and choking atmosphere of the well caused my recorder to malfunction. Made some recordings while he was at Ivar's house. This is a good clue. I had an opportunity to make some recordings in the worm-eaten place, which Ivar and some other friends of him are using as a meeting place. When I told Ivar that I wanted to make some recordings, he preempted me with a strange, disturbing smile on his face by saying he was sure I would succeed in making great recordings. That building, which seems so strangely strong whilst showing the signs of rottenness all over, made me feel very uneasy. Christopher T. Dredden. Who's that? Oh, we got the hidden clue. It told me to do it. I'm sorry. Actually, it didn't. Wait. Huh. Cool. One of the 3 men in the meeting, apart from Ivar and me, told me this place was built by an unknown witch. I couldn't be sure as to whether he was being serious due to the sardonic smile perpetually on his wizened, thin, long, and pale face, while he spoke to me. Alright, here we go. Set number 1. I was pretty far off with his voice. What did he say?
Old and now unused Moreland Cemetery, Brixton, 2:48 a.m., 5th of October 2010.
There we go. Is it normal now?
Old and now unused Moreland Cemetery, Brixton, 2:48 a.m., 5th of October 2010.
Oh. I know it says 8. My guide tells me 8, but okay.
In a cave near the Northwood Forest, 4:22 p.m., 14th of November 2010. By the well in my cellar, 10:56 p.m., 13th of February 2011.
Let's see. 11.
In my bedroom, 3:13 a.m., 12th of March 2011. In the well, 9:42 p.m., 22nd of May 2011.
2011. I mean, maybe I wasn't that far off.
In Ivar's cabin, 3:07 a.m., 5th of July 2011.
July 11. How many tracks are there? More than that, but clearly. Okay. Well, I can see what's going to happen after I type this in, so we're just going to go ahead and head to the front room and type it in there. Okay. Or we could actually probably just go to our house. Oh, whoops. That's right. It by default puts us at our house. Which for some reason is right there. Okay. About 10 meeting at Ivar's cabin, about 10 miles northwest of the old windmill on the cliff. Should go there immediately. I'll probably discover more what happened to Clark there. I don't feel so good. Maybe the sickness hasn't gone away yet. I better rest a bit. Good thing we're already at the house, right, guys? We didn't miss any calls, did we? No. Good. Actually, you know what? Let's turn on the radio. Oh, it helps me sleep. I better rest now. What's up? Whoa. What is happening? How did I come to be in this sinister place? I have to get out of here. The rope won't hold me. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That's creepy. Strange. A blue fire. Better than nothing. Wow. We have liftoff. Save. We haven't saved in a little while. Though this doesn't seem like a game where you can get put into fail states. Okay, I'll type out right quick. Just scroll down. Can I do that? Or would it do too much? No, do too much. I can't open it. It's stuck. Okay, alright, guide. You told me to do this. There's a small opening of the door. The bone is too thick to fit inside it. Wait. Hold on. One more time. Too thick to fit inside it. I need something thinner. I just walk backwards. It's... Turn around again and walk back until you reach the large stone halfway through the corridor and examine it closer. Examine what? This closer? Oh, to reach the large stone halfway through the corridor. That stone. Whoops. I was just... See, this is why I can't use a guide, because I... This is what we need to use the bone on. I can use this rock to break the bone. I broke a piece off the bone. Now maybe it'll fit through the door. Why does our index finger look like that? No, it's normal. It's right. It looks concave. Whoa. This ring. What's it doing here? It's our ring. Dun 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 dun. I'm trying to back out. Whoa. We got all the gears. Oh, do we gotta put the gears in the right spot? And then just try to join them. I will say, I didn't need a guide for that. That's not a puzzle. Oh. Okay. Well, we've solved that puzzle, but we don't have the piece to finish it. And obviously, we don't use the one ring to rule them all. So we gotta go upstairs. What is this place? A crypt? Where's our candelabra? Can't open it. It's stuck. Mouse. There we go. Keep walking here. God, they're right. That is hard to see. Did I hear someone speaking, or am I imagining things? I heard a noise, but I wouldn't say it sounded like a voice. You walk weird. We did it. I don't know what we did, but we did it. We got an achievement for it, too. Huh? Back upstairs. Oh, let's go back upstairs. I hear the voices now. What is happening? Am I hearing things? Is someone speaking? Can we walk closer? There. I didn't count. This might have been number 9. Damn. Oh no. I'm just not paying attention. I don't know what Howard's ring looked like, so I'm... Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. That's the one on the ring. Can this be related? I better investigate the coffin. Uh-oh. Whoa. Uh-oh. Whose tomb did I open in my dream? What is the meaning of this? That is a great question. What is the meaning of this? Save game. Okay. Now we're going to alt tab out. We're going to pause recording.